In today's video, I have a tiny 23-cent penny stock that is beginning to make big moves in an $80 billion market. They had some big news in the past few days, several upcoming catalysts which I will talk about later, and the company is led by a CEO who has achieved more than $1 billion market caps on not one but two previous companies. But somehow this is still flying under the radar. In today's video, I will be talking about Aspire Biopharma. The company went public just 3 months ago with a $300 million valuation, but has been beaten down ever since, dropping 50% in the past month alone. But things are finally happening to turn this around. Now we've got a lot to get through in this video, so I will try to keep this intro short, but if you find any value in this, can I ask you to smash the like button? It takes a lot of time to make these videos, but it literally takes 2 seconds and costs nothing to smash the like button, and it helps the channel out so much. I'm aiming to get 500 likes on this video. Help me hit that goal. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new content like this. I want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, so always do your own due diligence. And I would really appreciate it if you could try to answer the question later in this video. Now let's get into it. Aspire Biopharma is an early-stage biopharmaceutical company. Founded in 2021, the company is in the business of developing and marketing the disruptive technology for novel delivery mechanisms, the sublingual delivery of drugs and supplements. Aspire's disruptive technology delivers a soluble, fast-acting powder-form drug formulation which has been developed using their patented methodology and trade secret process. This delivers a fast-acting form of medication that bypasses the digestive tract, does not pass through the liver, and is not metabolized. Now, this is what makes this technology a game changer. It can be applied to any number of proven drugs and supplements, and this list gives just a few examples of the markets that they can target. Analgesics, which is a market valued approximately $77 billion in 2021 and is projected to grow to roughly $103 billion by 2028. Erectile dysfunction is expected to be a $5.9 billion market by 2028, and the global pre-workout market, which is already a huge $20 billion and rapidly growing. Aspire's first product gives them the competitive edge. Their sublingual aspirin product, which addresses cardiology emergencies and pain management among other impacts, is a granular or powder formulation of a soluble pH-neutral fast-acting aspirin. Now, the benefits of rapid absorption aspirin are to stop heart attacks and strokes. They allow for high-dose absorption of pain management, including quick headache relief, post-surgery, cancer pain management, and just general pain relief. This is currently in clinical trials, and they hope to file an application with the FDA in July 2025 seeking fast-track approval. So straight away, there is one key catalyst for the company. But this is just one catalyst. There is many more, which I will talk about in a moment. Aspire might be flying under the radar for most retail investors, but their early moves are already turning heads in the biopharma industry. Aspire just announced the first patient dosed in a phase 1 clinical trial for its lead program, the fast-acting aspirin formula. This is a key milestone for Aspire, and with the phase 1 trial scheduled for completion in mid-June 2025 and top-line data anticipated in early Q3, this will provide catalysts. Now, when I first seen this, I was thinking that Q3 feels like it's still a long time away. But guys, early Q3 could be as soon as July. As we approach the end of May, this is literally just weeks away now. Before I look at the investor's presentation, it's important to understand just how big of a deal this technology can be. One of the challenges the pharmaceutical industry faces is with the current drug delivery methods. Traditional pills and capsules can take ages to kick in and often cause unwanted side effects. Aspire is enhancing existing drugs with their patent-pending soluble technology by delivering medication rapidly and directly into the bloodstream. This is poised to revolutionize how drugs and supplements are delivered and absorbed. This breakthrough technology not only is expected to enhance efficacy, but also significantly reduce potential side effects. With a $100 billion global drug delivery market ripe for disruption, and the recent expansion into a $20 billion pre-workout supplement market that I mentioned already, Aspire is positioning itself to capitalize on significant growth opportunities. Looking at the recent investors' presentation, we can see that Aspire's technology, absorbs the medicine through alternative routes to conventional methods. But looking at their planned product pipeline and milestones, they have the aspirin prescription drug products phase 1 clinical trial planned for Q3 and are planning consumer and safety testing during Q2 for their pre-workout supplement. This is expected to launch later in 2025. We've already looked at the market opportunity for each of these markets, but it's worth remembering that this is a company with a market cap of around $10 million, looking at a potential addressable market of over $100 billion. Aspire plans to engage a proven commercialization partner and generally prefers to pursue an RX-first strategy before launching new products into the OTC market. Now, Aspire have a clear go-to-market strategy and have entered into a development and manufacturing agreement with a well-known manufacturer, GLAT, in the fourth quarter of 2024 to produce sufficient quantities of its sublingual drug product for the clinical trials required to obtain FDA approval. The GLAT-produced feasibility batch confirmed all the essential product performance attributes were confirmed. Based on this, GLAT also produced a GMP batch for human trials, and GLAT have worked closely with another technical company to devise appropriate packaging for delivery of Aspire's high-dose aspirin product. So things are moving fast. They will launch product initially in the RX market, followed by an OTC version, with the strategy of creating and preserving greater long-term value. They're partnered with an experienced end-to-end marketing and distribution firm, and as it says here, there is significant potential licensing opportunity. Now, if there's one thing that's more important than most other factors with this type of company, then it's the management team that's running the show. And Aspire have assembled a world-class management team led by CEO Craig Higginson. This guy is a serial entrepreneur with extensive experience in early-stage growth company management, and it doesn't seem what industry he applies himself to, he has a proven history of success. Just look at this. He founded and served as CEO of Via Motors, an EV company from November 2010 to January 2015, which achieved more than $1 billion market cap. He also founded and served as chairman of Razor Technologies, an NYSE-listed company which achieved a $1.7 billion market cap, and earlier founded American Telemedia Network that developed a nationwide satellite network broadcasting data for large corporations. But it's not just the CEO that caught my attention. There is a team of people here with decades of experience, with companies ranging from small startups up to Fortune 500 companies. But it was one of their strategic advisors that caught my attention. Nancy Taylor, Aspire's FDA advisor. Ms. Taylor served 10 years as Health Policy Director for a Senate committee and worked on a number of significant health and FDA laws. She also served as CEO of a startup medical device company where she obtained 8 product clearances, including securing reimbursement coverage for each product. Now, this is impressive, and this really caught my attention. So it looks like Aspire have the right people in place to get the job done and get their products through the FDA process. Now, it's clear to me that there's a lot of potential at this company, but they have been beat down so much since their merger with PowerUp Acquisition Corp to bring Aspire public. But the stock seems to have stabilized in the past 2 weeks. They appear to have plenty of upcoming catalysts, so perhaps now is the time for a possible retracement. But guys, what do you think? The pharmaceutical industry is a seriously high-risk industry, but it can be extremely profitable too. And we've seen so many of these stocks that get severely beat down after going public, only to turn around and go on these insane rallies on some good news. But let me know your thoughts below. Remember that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, so I highly recommend you do your own due diligence. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next